Hey, hello, it's Jane. A little late today, but it's good to be here. I am going to be showing you guys the new Miss Mustard Seed Wax. I want to give you my text group number so that way you guys, I'll send out a text when I'm going live because I know you guys have asked me for that and I finally figured out how to do it. So that's what I'm actually doing right now, copying the link, and I send it out to you guys. All right, so that's done. And let me give you that number. So here it is in my fabulous writing, 860-385-6369. And I won't inundate you with texts. I will let you know if I get a shipment in for stuff that you've been waiting, and I actually have some updates that I'll tell you guys about today, new products, all that kind of stuff, and mostly when I'm going live so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so 860-385-6369, and I want to thank everybody who has so far signed up for my the antique finish workshop, how to make a piece of furniture look like a 300-year-old antique. I might be dragging it out of the back of my car. No, I won't. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really, really excited. I'll actually put a link below this live. So if you're interested in joining, it's $27. No, you didn't miss it. Hey, Verla, how are you? No, you didn't miss it. It is a virtual workshop that is going to be on March 15th, $27 normally. And if you guys get in before Friday, it's $21. And it's going to be let me just get this in here. There we go. There's the button if you want to join us for that. But it's going to be, hey, Verla. It's so good to see you. It's so nice to have somebody with me live. I love it. I am in the Painted Cottage group with a bunch of other decorative painters. And let me just tell you, you guys should join. Everybody in there is so wonderful, Verla included, and very warm. And it's just like a family in there. I just absolutely love it. The workshop, like I was saying, is going to be a multi-step workshop. We're really going to be taking a plain piece of furniture and creating a very, very antique finish. So that will be pre-recorded. It will be released to you guys on March 15th. We're going to have a private Facebook group for questions, live Q&As, support, showing off your work when I know you guys are going to be trying those techniques. So again, until Friday, you can get in for the early bird price of $21, and I put the link below here. So, and a bunch of people have signed up. I'm really, really excited. I can't wait to teach that. Now, we are going to be trying, I'm going to be showing you the new Miss Mustard Seeds. It's called MilkWax. And I got in, this is the clear, I got in the Eco Wax, I got in the I think it's called Grunge or Grime. It's this really beautiful gray. The Antiquing Wax, which is an absolutely gorgeous brown. It's not a super orangey brown. It's just really beautiful. But today we're trying this one because this is the wax I use the most, is a clear wax. And let's see what it says here. Well, it just says to, and I've already tested it out, but now I'm looking at the directions. This premium furniture wax creates a durable finish with a soft luster on bare wood or painted surfaces. Apply a thin layer with a lint-free cloth or brush. Let stand 5 minutes and buff off excess. Additional coats will increase the sheen, and it cures in 30 days, and that means it hardens. Now, let me just tell you how I use this wax. And I used it, this is a one of my barn quilts done in all milk paint. This is all Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint in custom colors. I love mixing those powders and creating my own colors. And that's what happened here. In my membership, the Surface Anthology membership, I created this kind of turquoisey, I don't know if that's the best word, but it's a color that we created in the membership, but I absolutely love milk paint. So I was anxious to try out the wax. Well, let me show you. I use, for clear waxes that I just want to get it on there, I use my giant natural bristle brush, and I use a different one for each brand. So for Miss Mustard Seed, this is going to be the brush. This is the brush for Miss Mustard Seed. Love it. Pennsylvania Dutch quilts. Verla, I've been actually quilting since my late 20s. I'm 58 now. And we would go to Pennsylvania. I lived in New York back then, and we would go to Pennsylvania to go to quilt shows, to buy fabric. Me and my guild, I belonged to this quilt guild. And you know, the really funny thing, I thought all the ladies were a bunch of old ladies that I was hanging out with. And now I'm one of those old ladies, and I don't feel old, but I laugh every time I think about it. But man, that's the first time out in Pennsylvania that I had sticky buns at a quilt show. And yeah, those quilters they don't mess around. Now, what I do with the wax, and you've all seen me do this, I've got my cardboard palette. I just use a tongue depressor. Yep, this one was washed. And I just put some of this wax down onto the cardboard palette. And this has a really nice, it's almost like a citrusy smell, very, very faint citrusy smell. I really, really like it. I'm so excited. I love wax. Wax is my thing. All right, and I just emulsify that brush into the wax. Now, this is the side I already did. Let me get this bag out of here. This is the side I already did, and here is the unwaxed side. And you'll see, this is how you know you hit it. You'll see the paint get darker. And I'm just brushing this on, a nice even coat. And that's it. I didn't do any wiping away of the wax. I did this probably, I don't know, half an hour ago. And you hear that? It's totally smooth, totally dry to the touch. So I don't think if you apply, like I did here, a thin coat of the wax, I don't feel like you need to lift anything off with a cloth at all. And I even buffed it. I don't know if you could see, but I got there it is, a really nice sheen, a luster. It's not like a super high gloss because I didn't buff it that way. If I wanted this to be a really, like if this was a tabletop, what I would do is I would apply the wax like I did. 24 hours later, I would buff it very well. I would apply another coat, wait 24 hours, buff it again, wait another 24 hours. Oh, I'm sorry, buff it again, put on another coat of wax, wait for it to dry, and you do that 3 times. That's how my dining room table. Hey, Jan, how are you? Thanks for joining me. We're talking about Miss Mustard Seed's new wax. But my dining room table is waxed, and I have 3 coats of wax on it. And again, I wait 24 hours in between, and it really does take about 30 days to cure, and that means to get really, really hard. And then I wax my table maybe, I don't know, once every year. I'll clean it, and I wipe obviously my table down every night. But I will clean it before I wax it. Just wipe it down, make sure it's really clean, make sure it's really dry. I apply a coat of wax, and Bob's your uncle. It's ready to go. So I love wax. And I love the Miss Mustard Seed wax, and I am not kidding. My issue with waxes is when they're a very heavy wax and you put it on, you try to put it on really thin, and you even, you know, follow directions and wipe it away, and it's still sticky. You see fingerprints in it. That's just not my thing. So I always look for a wax like this, and I'm absolutely thrilled. So A+++ for Miss Mustard Seed's new wax. And this is the clear. And by the way, this is made in the United States. So the Miss Mustard Seeds wax before, I think it was all coming in from Canada. So now it's being made in the United States, and I'm excited about that. I love the Canadians, but there was a shipping issue to get stuff here. So this is a real plus. So I love it. That's what happened to you? Tell me what happened to you, Verla. What were you waxing? Is it a wax thing? Maybe you had that sticky issue with wax. I can't stand it. I absolutely can't stand it. And remember, when I say something has to cure, like I said, it has to get hard. It has to get hard, and everything cure, you know, every kind of paint cures, polys cure, tongue oil finishes cure, hemp oil, and that's what you need to let happen. And sometimes we get impatient and we push it, and you shouldn't. Your side tables are sticky. 3 years later. Are they painted, Verla? Did you paint them and then wax them? Because I think if I had that situation 3 years later, I might remove the wax and maybe try a different wax, you know, like the Miss Mustard Seed, like the Authentico, one of those waxes. And that's why I'm always testing. You'll always see me testing products, because I just won't carry something I don't like. They are a painted Verla. You know what? I would try removing that wax with some mineral spirits. If it makes you crazy, if it doesn't bother you and you don't use them too much, I wouldn't worry about it, I guess. But if it bothers you, I would remove it with mineral spirits. You could also sand them down. I've been known to do that. When I used to have a shop, and sometimes people would give me furniture, and some of them had that weird paint, and I actually used mineral spirits a couple of times. I just sanded them. I did, Verla. I sanded them. I used either a tack cloth, or I love these microfiber cloths. You gotta make, mineral spirits, exactly. Oh, good. Let us know how it goes, Verla. And by the way, before you do the whole top, go to the back of those end tables and do a spot. Test it out to make sure you're not gonna make more of a mess for yourself. But getting back to sanding, if you sand too, these microfiber cloths, after you sand, you want to wipe away every single bit of that dust that's on there, because we don't want that to go into the next finish. Verla, you're so very welcome. I love all this this painted stuff. I love painting things. I love creating beautiful finishes, and that's why I'm always testing stuff. So you guys, that is it. If anybody has any questions, you can always ask in the comments after the live, and I will go back and look. Make sure to join the Painted Cottage. Verla's in there. She's wonderful. Jan's in there, and I'm in there, and all these cool decorative painters. Everybody in there is super talented and creative. So join the Painted Cottage Facebook group. It's a wonderful place. And if you're interested in my taking a piece of furniture and turning it to a 300-year-old, making it look like a 300-year-old antique, I put the link below here in the comments. And if you sign up before Friday, it's $21. That's the early bird special. So thanks, you guys, for joining me. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Happy painting, and I'll see you next time.